Hey everybody, Jake Breen here, Team Utah Cribs at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Utah Properties. I'm about to explain to you what's often viewed as our either most loved or most hated video of the year. It depends on your position and what you might be trying to do with your personal real estate right now. We call it our annual April Fool's Day video. It's no secret, and if you look at the statistics, Salt Lake City is a seasonal market. In fact, we always see the most appreciation in the second quarter, from April through the end of June. Whether we're in an up, down, sideways market, a recession, we always see the most growth and appreciation in that 90-day period. In fact, we've done this video for 5 years in a row now, and our predictions have always been within 2% of what the market actually did. I think that's pretty impressive, especially since I do the math behind it. If you're curious about what our predictions were in the prior years and you want to see how close we were, go ahead and watch the other videos. I won't bore you with all the details. What I will tell you is 4 out of the last 6 years, we've seen median price in Salt Lake County for single-family homes rise over double digits. Let's put that to real numbers. We've seen houses go from a median price of $300,000 in the early parts of the year while snow's still on the ground to mid 300s by the time the snow melts. Think about how crazy that is. If you're shopping right now for a house and it's going up in price $10,000 a month while you look around, it's costing you $2,500 a week to look around. Now, I know that some of you who've watched a lot of our videos get sick of me saying this, but I can honestly tell you the most common theme I hear from buyers day in and day out is 2 things. Number 1, I'll wait for the right house to come along. Buyers always say this. In fact, I can talk to them as bluntly as I'm giving you information in this video. And as soon as I finish, they'll say, we really don't like anything that's on the market right now that fits our price range, so we're gonna continue looking around. The second common phrase I get is, well, we'll wait for the right house to come along, or we're in no rush. People often relating to timing. I understand as consumers, we're predisposed to shop this way. Heck, everything we buy seems to go on sale and devalue right after we purchase it. If you wait, the price gets better. Unfortunately, in our 50-year history of statistics in northern Utah, we've only seen a handful of years where pricing, median price, actually declines. It's very, very rare. It may slow, but it continues up. And even in stagnant years, median price will increase at pace of inflation. 4 of the last 6 have been monumental, where we've seen double-digit appreciation. I was teaching a group of agents in January, just about 8 weeks ago, and going over predictions for this year. James Wood, who's also the foremost economist on residential real estate up at the University of Utah, gave his prediction to a group of realtors at Grand America in the end of January. His prediction was to see median price climb 6 to 7%. We're already seeing multiple offers and a wild spring. I think we'll be at 8.5%. Furthermore, it wouldn't shock me if we were 10% or more like we were 4 of the last 6 years. Last thing I'm going to tell you, let me put that in context. When we see a year where median price goes up 12%, it does not go in linear motion like this. January 1%, February 1%, March 1%, and then we look back on the full year and go, oh, price rose and a simple 1% every month. We're a seasonal market, so we see extremes and busts. And what that usually looks like in a year where we see 12% appreciation is like this. Rather stagnant in January and February. Right around Valentine's, it gets very busy and starts picking up. And from March to July, we see most of the appreciation that we're going to see in that year. If it's a 12% year, we might see 8 or 9 in a 90-day period in spring. Taper off a little in July because that's vacation month for many people in the state of Utah. Pick back up a little in August, stagnation in September and October, and then a little bit of a decline in November, December, January. People often say to me, well then, Jake, I'll wait for the for the winter and then I'll buy a house. Think about that though. Are you gonna wait until that time frame where the market shoots up from now until then 10% just to see a retraction of 2%? You'll be paying 8% more for a house if you followed my math. All right, I bore people with a lot of statistics and numbers, so I won't dive into the spicy sauce that gets doused on top of all this, which is interest rates have finally started to rise. The bottom line is this, and it's not a sales pitch. Every day you wait is costing you more money in your future house.